Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into or welcome to the From Jank to Jank podcast, episode 15.
15.
This is Ryan with Josh and a surprise Curtis.
Hello.
I mean, it's not supposed to be a surprise, Curtis.
Well, maybe I want him to be a surprise Curtis.
Surprise! I'm here.
See, he's enjoying it. Why can't you?
Well, because I said last week that he's going to be a regular fixture of the show.
I mean, he's going to be a regular fixture of our lives.
Semi-regular.
Semi-regular fixture.
Curtis is a fixture when he fucking wants to be a fixture.
God damn it.
Oh,
Don't tell him otherwise.
I do my best. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
All that matters, Curtis, is that you try.
Exactly.
Anyway, guys, we got we got quite a bit to talk about on the docket this week. I mean, new set just came out in Arena.
Yeah, I haven't played anything with it.
You should. There's some really good cards, right?
I'm sorry, Modern has me sucked in because it's such a good format right now.
Oh yeah, and the Modern bannings, because thank God. And then
I have been playing a lot of Standard.
Well, good. Well, at least
So.
good. We have one person that hasn't played any Standard and one person that hasn't played any Modern. So since the ban, so I think we're well rounded here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the banhammer being swung. I actually put Modern banhammer gets swung again because that is what happened.
It's an understatement.
I mean,
I needed to be, and I think one of those cards is very good for the format.
One of those cards are very good for the format that it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we start there since that's what I put first. So
Do you want me to tell you what card I think it is?
It's probably Moxo Opal?
Yeah, Mox Opal shouldn't have existed, and it's been there forever.
Yeah, so 3 cards got banned in Modern on Monday. Those cards are, as we said, Mox Opal. They actually surprisingly, and I was actually really surprised by this. Mycosynth Lattice was banned.
I'm okay with it.
And then our buddy, our friend, our buddy who keeps getting banned in formats. This is the 3rd time he has been featured on a ban list episode of From Jank to Jake podcast. Oko Thief of Crowns. Like literally, this is the 3rd episode of the podcast where we've had a banhammer episode where he's been banned.
Curtis, how do you feel about Oko?
I mean, in Standard, at first I really kind of enjoyed how strong it was, but obviously after the 700th Oko mirror and 900th hour in said mirror, I understand what's happening.
Cards fucked.
It's just like it's just the best thing to be doing. It can do anything you need.
You need it to kill somebody, you'll kill somebody.
And that's why I won a vintage challenge, you know?
Jack chop. Sorry, I had something in my brain.
Jack.
I mean, that's what it.
If I can jack chop,
it really is a do-it-all. It really is just a ridiculous do-it-all card.
It really was.
You know.
Now it's only seeing play in one more format. Will it get banned in Legacy? Who knows? Does Wizards actually care about Legacy anymore?
I do.
See, there's answers though. There's 1 mana answers to it. Like,
do you want a real opinion on the Legacy format?
Pyroblast.
Yeah, and Reb. So
the real opinion on Legacy with Oko is there is a world where I could see Oko getting banned in Legacy. The problem is not every deck is just trying to splash for Oko like Modern was.
Yeah.
Like in Modern, you had friggin' Burn playing enough avenue. It was a joke, but it worked.
That was the worst part of the joke, Curtis, is that it started out as a meme and then someone 5-0'd the league with it and then went, oh.
And then Allie Warfield was like, please stop.
That's why it's a joke. It's just like, oh, it goes in this, it goes in this. Well, yeah, if the mana can do anything and you can play a turn behind.
Right.
Sure.
And that's what I'm trying to say is, like, in a way, like, yes, in Legacy I could definitely see it being ban-worthy if it became the end-all be-all. Problem is, it's not. It's good, but it doesn't.
It's
It's
fairly
not LBL.
it's fairly slow against a lot of things in Legacy, I feel like.
That being said, there are a lot of people trying to play it.
It's still amazing.
Oh yeah,
It's still a
Europe
Jace
is not
level. It's a
popular.
Jace level planeswalker, if not better.
So the funny part is people are ranking it higher than Jake.
Exactly, and that says a lot. You know, I don't think it locks.
But Curtis, Jace is bad in Modern.
I don't think it locks you out of the game in the late game necessarily the same, but the utility of Oko and the low cost of playing it is just insane.
Very much.
It's all like
Jace is
very
bad in Modern.
it's a very like odd power level too. It was very hard to gauge at first, so it's hard to understand how much reach it has. I feel like, but yeah, I get why it's gone in everything.
I mean, I'm just happier that Mox Opal's banned. Honestly, I'm so sick of that stupid thing.
One archetype having a Mox is obviously going to lead to some problems.
Well, so like in a way, it was fine because it was like build around it. It's not just easy, but then they like made it intuitive and made it super easy, and it got like ridiculous.
They printed
There's just
Urza.
There's so many artifacts and enablers, you know.
Excuse me, Josh. I think you mean the Mox Sapphire Parade.
They printed Urza, aka every friggin' every artifact is now a Mock Sapphire. So
Hey, that food you have there, it's a Mox Sapphire. It's like, oh, neat.
I wouldn't be as upset if there was like some drawback to these cards, but there's not.
Right. And like my biggest thing is, and I stand by this, they should have banned Urza. I'm happy Opal's gone, but they should have banned Urza. Because I think Affinity was still a viable strategy in Modern that could have existed without Urza, because obviously it didn't play Urza.
Mm-hmm.
But like instead of taking that avenue and making it more fun for the players, like by banning it, we all understand like, yeah, this thing's a little screwed up, we should probably get rid of it. Instead, they banned the card that like everyone's been saying forever needed to get banned.
other decks use it. Like they effectively have killed. Like so, Stony Silence doesn't need to be a sideboard card ever again now. At least
it just has no reason to. Like, what's the point?
no artifact decks.
They killed artifact decks. What's the point?
There's just no artifact decks.
Affinity hasn't really existed, I feel like, since Oko, right?
Affinity actually,
No,
Affinity has actually been having a problem keeping up with Modern for like the last year. So ever since
Weird.
with the whole what's the word I'm looking for? That attack seems aggressive, and then I think about it. And
it's
not.
been having trouble keeping up with Modern since Modern.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because like it couldn't keep up with Hogak. Hardened Scales had a chance, but it still wasn't close.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Urza also get printed, and Urza was just like, well, if you're not playing a takes advantage of Urza, what's the point of playing artifacts?
Mm-hmm.
In which your artifact aggro deck can't keep up with Hogak, and it can't play the card that it needs to be playing right now. Well, you have no reason to be playing that deck.
Yeah.
That was just it. It was like there was no reason to be playing your stupid, terrible artifacts. You know.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
That makes sense. It's just like that set invalidated a lot of strategies.
Oh yeah.
And now
Just
it's weird that
Modern's completely different.
it's weird to think about that. It's weird to think about that. Like, oh god, like what? Like maybe like 4 out of the top like 20, maybe like 5 out of the top like no, like 6 or 7 or 8 of the top archetypes from the last year just don't exist going into this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not upset about it if that helps.
I mean, I didn't mind Phoenix that much. Did you guys?
I didn't mind Phoenix.
I played Phoenix. Curtis, what do you think?
I minded Affinity, honestly. And this is just because, like, back when Affinity was actually
You got 3 mana on turn 1 a lot of the time, and then you got to play this lifelinking guy on turn 1 for 1 mana that was actually 2 mana, but because Phyrexian mana's fucked, you got it for... You literally got to go dump your whole hand on 1 go.
That was it. Like, and that was the problem I had. Was like you'd play a game where it's just like, this isn't actually a game. You're just having it. Because like your opponent would just be like, I dumped my hand on turn 1 go, and then well, I'll play a land and I'll pass the turn.
Yeah.
And then your opponent's like, oh, is that it? And you're like, yeah, cool. Kill you.
Doesn't sound fair when you say it like that.
It wasn't.
Cool,
So,
cool.
it's
Draw
I have a
Arcbound. Cool. Draw Arcbound Ravager. Oh yeah, this land I have has Infect. Dump all the counters onto it. Fuck you. You're dead.
Well, so I had a friend who played Affinity like a lot. Like it was his main deck.
Yeah.
And the only way I beat him is because I was also playing a stupid, unfair deck that shouldn't have existed.
Yeah.
And that's because I'm able to say this because, as much as I love it, it's true.
Dredge?
Yeah, Dredge was stupid. Dredge had no reason to exist.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for the longest time. It was an R&D mistake.
Dredge,
There's a reason it didn't come back in Return to Ravnica or Return to Ravnica.
it's hard to explain to a new player what Dredge is doing exactly.
I'm replacing my draw, obviously.
Yeah, sure. But you have to like play the game differently.
You do, and that's part of the reason why I loved it, because it was so different. It was like a puzzle. That's part of the reason why I loved it. And I get it from the sake of new players, like it's hard, but it was like you had this puzzle of like, okay, well I have all these cards in front of me that are in my grid. How do I make them do things that matter? And a lot of the time, the answer was you just get them.
It's true.
Yep. That was the answer a lot of the time.
And the only way we beat Affinity was because of Conflagrate, because we decided to start playing that card.
A lot of those linear strategies have been removed, it seems like.
I mean, right, that's why I switched to playing Zoo. Because Revolt Zoo's having a comeback.
It sure is.
A bunch of 3/3s for 1 are pretty good.
Did you know Wild Nicodle used to be banned in Modern?
Yeah. It's weird.
Or some...
So did Jackalpup way back in the day. Have you ever seen that card?
I have.
It's just a 1 mana red 2/1 that
There's your
hurts you.
Red doesn't
Hurts
need
you it hurts you every time it takes damage. It's like
Who said Red needs a 2/1, Curtis?
actively bad.
White got a 2/1.
But White
That's
has
true.
many 2/1s. It's its thing.
No, but like back then they didn't. They just had like Savannah Lions.
Yeah.
And Savannah Lions was like the best aggro thing you could be doing outside of Ball Lightnings.
Outside of Ball Lightning.
Dude, Ball Lightning was gas.
Ball Lightning 2020.
Oh my god. Throw Embercleave on that.
Oh my god. Hashtag bring back Ball Lightning.
So Curtis, if you missed it from last week, and I'm only gonna tangent to last week for 2 seconds. Do you know my number 5 card of 2019 was?
What?
Fucking Embercleave.
It's a good card.
I figured you'd appreciate it. It's red.
It's a solid card.
But it's a red card.
There is one thing I don't like about it. It makes a lot of non-games.
Oh, yeah.
I don't enjoy that as much.
Like, oh, that's cute. You're dead. Hey, you're dead.
Yeah.
Hey, did I mention...
If you attack with 3 things, they win, is like the name of that card.
Hey, did I mention this is lethal? And your opponent's like, it is? And you're just like, yeah, don't even... And they're just like, alright. I'm dead.
Oh boy.
So,
boy, yeah.
I'm gonna segue to the next topic if that's alright.
Did we talk... we pretty much talked about all the bands, right? Like we don't
need to talk about Mycosymphylatus. It was cancer.
I mean,
Let's move on.
it was kind of dumb. Yeah, I agreed.
It was dumb in the sense that like you want to talk about creating non-games. Your opponent just randomly, if they can make 10 mana fast enough, they just do it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, all right, like this game's over. Like if you played against Tron, they'd kill you.
Yep.
Like I'm gonna use my Zoo experience with the deck. I played against Tron a bunch today, like at least twice, and both times they had gotten to 7 mana and then lost the game because they couldn't just win the game instantly.
Wizards has been doing a lot of fun manufacturing.
Fun manufacturing.
I like how you put it, Curtis.
I don't enjoy that when they build my decks for me. I like when you can take like I like when they have like their cool little sub themes, their themes that they like want to be cool, but then Esper pile or whatever red pile just comes up because everyone figures out like that.
That's just the best thing to be doing.
Yeah, I like that. Like that's what my favorite standard was before the last rotation. Obviously, I really enjoyed playing that. And it was because it was just like pile decks, kind of. And then
Curtis,
like couple combos. I mean, Mono Red was really good, but there was variants, and it wasn't always clear cut which variant was good. And like there's the wizard version, there was the red-black mid-range. That deck was really dominant for a while. And there was like the classic mono red. Then there was the mono red with all the 4-drops.
Yep.
I don't know, it was cool. And then there was like all the different mid-range variants of the Esper and blue-black that were really cool and interactive. And now it's kind of just like Snowball. Like, who can Snowball the best?
Yeah, that's fair.
It seems like there's been a pretty big shift in the design. And I don't know if Theros is agreeing with that. I think it might be, though. It's hard to tell right now. The devotion thing is pretty snowbally.
I mean, I feel like just devotion's where everyone's going to go for.
I don't think escape. I don't think
away.
escape is very powerful. To be honest,
That's fair.
Escape seems extremely hard to enable in most decks.
I mean, we can actually talk more about that in like a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna
foreshadowing.
Yeah, our.
But I do have a thing I want to segue to.
Yep.
Sure.
So this past weekend,
Yep.
There was a team tournament that happened, and some asshole decided to go ahead and top 8 after beating my team in the first round.
Yep.
Get wrecked.
Because my modern player can't beat a burn guy who is fidgeting like crazy.
Wait, what?
So I'm going to side note this for a minute. So Curtis, have you ever played against Josh and see him start shuffling his hand like crazy and like bouncing his leg?
He's thinking.
So to me, that's the tell that either Josh has you dead or he's trying to make you think you're dead. Because it's the thing Josh does. It's his tick. And you can pick up on people's ticks if you play against them enough. I.e., I play against Josh a lot, so I just know.
Okay.
So I leaned over to Zach, and I whispered, so either you're dead, or he's really trying to make you think you're dead.
Okay.
And that influenced our decision-making of, well, do we just kind of make him do it? So then Josh just looks down at the board and goes, swing? And Zach goes, I'll flash in Snapcaster. Josh, trigger? Response to Snapcaster, bolt your face.
Oh.
And then Zach was like, yeah.
It's like, yeah, you got it.
And I like shrugged my shoulder and I was like, well, I told you.
He's playing that game and, he asked the right question at the right time.
So Josh, how did you end up finishing that tournament?
We ended up losing in top 8, sadly.
Oops. Could be worse.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we lost in top 8 because apparently people still play the card Mana Leak in 2020.
Yeah, it's a good card.
And
good card, I've heard.
And I just like, and I knew from like, I knew from like turn 2 in game 1. Like I rolled over to Lewis and was like, "You better win this because I have no chance."
Excuse me, the man who didn't win a single game all day?
Yeah, well, I was like, well, if you want to win a game now, if you want to win a match, this would be the great time to do it because I'm literally probably not winning this. That's what I told.
So, I do want to point out that ever since that day, he's been doing nothing but posting online about how his teammates carried him all day.
Because we did.
Yeah.
Oh, literally, Curtis, if you follow him on Twitter, he's literally done nothing but say that that Josh and Lucas carried him to a top 8,
Yeah,
and
I
that he
heard
feels bad.
I heard Lucas
And it's
did
like,
well.
it's like, dude, we understand that you feel bad, but like at the same time, like, you're still top 8, and don't take it away from yourself. You know?
Yeah.
This just
Yeah.
in, cat oven's still annoying.
Team events are add a lot of
Yeah.
depth
I
to
would
considerations.
I wouldn't say we had it easy, because we didn't. The hardest match of the day actually ended up my hardest matchup of the day ended up not being the match against Zach. Ended up being the match against Wurza, like pure hardcore, like combo out and murder you by murder you by making a million thopters, Urza. And like I made him I put him in the spot where he was low on life, and they're like looking at this card in their hand because obviously we were the last match, and he goes, well, should I do this thing? And I knew by what he was talking about that he definitely was talking about Nature's claiming his own mocks to get for life.
Yeah.
And I just...
Because what else would he be, like, debating?
Yeah, but what else would he be debating? So I just had the skull crack and the smash in my hand, so either way, he was dead. He goes, Nature's claimed my mocks. I'm like, skull crack you? You're dead? And,
yeah, classic.
Yeah.
I like that about Red a lot, that you can, like, narrow down outs, like, really far in advance. And the other player is looking at you like, what the hell are they thinking? They're like, you're like, I have you dead in my head.
And then just to like stroke my ego a little bit more, I had the easiest 2-game set I've literally ever had against Jund in my life.
Jund,
that matchup, Jund versus Burn, from my previous experience, and I mean that when I previous,
yeah,
I haven't played it in years.
Yeah.
It was always a kind of matchup where it was like very die rolly.
Really?
Yeah. So the way it worked was like, if they just happen to have a hand like all goifs, for instance, you're probably dead. Like, you're trying to beat a goif hand of like, they have 3 goifs.
Isn't that mana so painful though?
Well,
yeah.
now.
Yeah, they really help themselves. They really help out a lot.
Back then, like, their mana was pretty easy. At least the one my friend played, like, it was like...
How is it different?
He played more basics
like
back then.
More shocks? Oh.
Like, now you have Painlands, and now they just, like, play more shocks and stuff to try and fix their mana faster.
Yeah. 3-color decks can be super greedy.
You know, like, John just all of a sudden was like, I don't want... And we were like, well, you don't have to. So they didn't. All these new cards.
Yeah, so we ended up losing in the top 8, and then dealing with the almost probably the worst store experience I've ever had, of it literally taking an hour for us to get our prizes and for us to go home.
How? Like, why? I don't understand.
Just this.
What, like, the holdup was?
Just they were just taking their time. There was 4 of us there, and it literally like took them an hour to figure out like who like had us like splitting out the prizes and getting the prizes. Every single card I asked for, they did not have. I asked for like 15 cards before I settled on a couple of Assassin's trophies and some other stuff that I could use. It was just not that I didn't like mind it that much, just the...
I don't know, Josh. It sounds like you're trying to put your problems on other people.
Sounds like it was super annoying.
So, like, to be honest, it was kind of the same last time when I was there. But, like, I kind of didn't mind because I also wasn't sure. But then once I knew, he was very, like, quick to just kind of, like, help me get what I needed so I can get out of there.
Yeah.
But, like, when I went, I ended up buying 2 goifs along with the 2 that I got from getting my placement. So
Was it a big place?
no, God
Not
no,
really.
it was not that big.
Comfy seats?
Some.
Those are the
So-
those are my 2 judgments.
So sort of
Typically.
like Etsy, it has like some seats that are comfy and some that aren't.
Etsy needs to up their comfort game. It's
I
like my
agree.
one complaint consistently. Some of those metal chairs, man. When they have the PTQs, oh my
So I'm
my
gonna
back hurts so much after.
I'm gonna help finish up the conversation about the tournament.
Sure.
Because as I said, I was also there.
Yep.
We don't need to talk about how well I did. Because the point is, we went and had fun, right?
The point is, we were there with friends.
The point is,
friends we made along the way.
the point is, my team may have won for it.
Oof.
Yeah, big oofs.
That's no.
Did you just have bad beats? Like, was it just bad luck, or?
So we all had 2 wins because we counted our buy round as kind of wins.
Yeah.
Because why not? I'm trying to like figure out the words right now because like it was weird. We had I was 2-2-1. I had a draw the last round. Zach was 2-3 and Tom was 2-3. And the 2 of them, like for instance, Tom ran hot 2 rounds and then every other round he was super cold.
Yeah.
And he like just couldn't do anything.
Oh yeah. Just like against us, he ran hot.
Yeah, like he ran hot against Lewis, which apparently wasn't hard.
Yeah, his deck ended up not being that great.
Same with Tom's. Like, so Tom thought his was great and didn't do it.
Tough when you don't play meta decks.
I mean, to be fair, I think he was like the red prowess deck that people have been playing.
He was playing probably a better version of it, even like with the he was playing a Tarkus command. Like that card's insane.
I just haven't seen much results besides like the kind of generic ones, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, I more or less am just like the way our day went was like kind of medium. I personally think I think I had the best day regardless of what happened.
Yeah.
Like I got to be on camera in the buy round. I won on camera in the buy round because fuck Tyler.
Nice.
Oh yeah, like Tyler and I were about to play for fun, and all of a sudden the judge comes over and he goes, "Hey, do you guys want to play on camera? Just because you guys are about to play anyway." We're like, "Sure, why not?"
I mean, because I was
casual
because
on
that
camera.
yeah. I mean because we were at table 1, Curtis, and that was our first. That was the first round that we could ID, so we did.
Yeah. So because they ID'd, we got to play on camera.
Oh, okay.
So it was really Josh's fault that monstrosity happened, and Tyler and I got to play bug control against 4-color spirits. And so do you want to hear a funny story about that?
Sure.
So Tyler at the beginning of the day tells me, "Hey, I'm playing 1 basic,"
Okay. Seems risky.
and I was like, "Oh, neat." So when we're playing on camera, I bring in back to basics.
Yeah, that's why it's risky.
I tapped 3 mana and played back to basics.
And he just picked it.
Tyler immediately conceded. Didn't even wait. It was just like really quick. I was very proud.
It's a tough one. That's a tough one for sure.
He just looked at the board and went, "Well, shit," and then just like scooped up his cards.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there kind of like chuckling because like I'm like, "Wow, this."
It's pretty sweet though.
Yeah, it was. So the thing is, those are fun tournaments, and like I am happy I had my team. I can't wait for the next one to have my real team back. No offense, Tom, but there was something missing, and you could tell. We needed Heath back.
Heath.
Disney.
What did you say? Where he was in Disney?
No, Laura asked me a question.
No.
You're fine, babe. No, you're good. You're good.
Soren.
Um.
So what was the meta
else?
like there?
Oh, for which format?
All of the above, I guess.
For me, it was the opposite of what I saw the first time. There's a lot of fair decks.
Like Delver?
I saw Delver, I saw Blue White, I saw Stompy, which was the not.
I've heard Grixis and Blue Red are like the two contenders right now.
So my favorite thing about playing control decks like Buck is that I really push the shit in on Delver.
Not really.
Round 2 I played against Blue Red Delver, and I absolutely dumpstered it.
It's nice.
Because a lot of the time you just get out ahead of them, or like you play a card that counters or play a Delver.
Yeah.
Strix. Well, your Delver's not attacking through this Baleful Strix.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just like it did its job. I did just everything I needed to.
It's pretty cool.
From what I saw for Modern, there was a lot of
There was a lot of Urza, yeah.
That's a given. But then Pioneer, how about that?
A lot of aggressive decks.
Yeah.
A lot of very, very, very aggressive decks. Everyone just wanted to be going fast, pretty much.
Gotta go faster, faster.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's a good place for a format to be, like creatures attacking
I agree.
people. It's just like that's magic.
See, I like to call it the Curtis Serafini approach.
What's that?
Mono red.
Oh no, you just
Mono
punch
red?
people.
You just hit people.
You hit very hard.
I just think it's funny that these people are like complaining about the monocolored deck resurgence, like it's some unbeatable strategy.
What it is, it's too good.
Just
People
ban
keep-
monocolored cards. You guys, it's completely okay.
They want to like emergency add in like dual lands or something. It's hilarious.
Emergency add in dual lands.
Yeah, sure.
Hey Ryan,
No, just that you said that.
Hey Ryan,
What?
do you think some monocolored tools need to be banned?
In what format?
Pioneer.
What monocolored tool?
I'm being sarcastic.
I can't think of any monocolored card that I've ever like been annoyed of. Besides like Chain Whirler. And I play that card.
I'm gonna message you, Ryan.
Why, are you trying to hint something to me?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to get me to segue?
No, but I want you to.
So confused.
I do want you to segue, but like, I was making a specific joke that you missed.
Oh, I guarantee I missed it because I just don't know what you're talking about.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, let's move on to our last topic and then as well.
Okay then.
Oh God.
You
Shut
remember?
up.
You remember what I'm talking about? Yeah, he remembers what I'm talking about now.
So I'm gonna say it now because I can. A friend of mine, I call him a good friend. I like him a lot. He doesn't always have the best opinions when it comes to Magic. Curtis, you should know if you look in our Discord chat at all.
Okay.
What was he trying to say?
Go on.
Monocolor tool? So I know who you're talking about. He sent me. What I don't know is exactly what he's talking about.
It was a while ago.
I don't know.
Because we were recording a podcast. Because I was actually in the middle of trying to figure out how to do some audio only stuff for the podcast, and I went back on when you were discussing this, and you were like, you had some opinions, and it was actually really funny. It was actually really funny.
Was I bullshit? Yes or no?
Yeah, you were a little bullshit. Yeah.
Well, as long as I was bullshit. Curtis, I promise I'm not that angry of a person.
That's whatevs, dude.
Curtis still loves me.
I'd say something if I was mad.
Do I spyglass naming Thrashing Brontodon?
Why not?
You do not spyglass naming Spyglass, that's for sure.
What? Why not? It seems so good.
Someone did that against my friend on stream. It was so funny.
If I name Spyglass, they can't win.
It's like that meme where all the numbers are like flying around Zach Galifianakis' brain.
That's a
I have the answer.
that's a good meme.
It is. It's one of my favorites. All right. Hot take. Ashiok. Super good.
Ashiok feels super busted. Yeah.
I had a lot of faith in
Super
Ashiok.
good.
You have a lot of what in Ashiok?
I had a lot of faith in Ashiok.
What, the 5-mana one?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be very good.
What, you
I
don't
think
like it?
I said I have a lot of faith in it because I thought it was gonna be good.
I thought you said you had, like, you didn't think it was
Yeah.
good at all.
Had as in I thought it before you.
The tenses were in confusion there. It's all. But
Yeah.
you were agreeing on the same thing.
Yes,
But I
'cause,
agree
like,
with everything, all of the above, and it is super busted. It's like giving this reach to. It's Oko-esque. It's just like giving reach to something that probably shouldn't have that much reach. Like make a almost elk, and then bounce.
Make an
something.
almost elk.
It's almost an elk. It's like it's a little better sometimes, a little worse. And then it's any non-land, which I didn't realize,
Yeah,
including your own.
that you can cast under it. That
Oh, that too. That is insane.
the ultimate.
Yeah, the alt is insane. But I was talking about the minus. I thought it was just opponents, but it's a Teferi any. It can bounce whatever it
Teferi
wants.
any what?
Well, like you
That's
know how
horseshit.
Teferi should only be able to bounce like opponent stuff.
Yeah.
Well, same with Ashiok, I think.
That's bullshit.
Because it can bounce omens. And the omens are super busted. They're not busted, but very well designed.
The omens are very good.
So it's almost better than stupid disconnection. It's almost better than preordained sometimes because I have started to trigger on the stack scry. It's insane. Like
There it
when
is.
you're deep in a control mirror and you slam an omen and scry 4 draw card at instant speed, really good.
So Curtis,
What's up?
did you just say the words almost better than preordained?
Yes, I just said
How
that.
much mana does it cost?
It has different utility.
It costs
okay?
2, but it's an instant speed.
It's an instant, and it can dig 4, is what I just said. Okay.
Sorry, I got stuck on when you said it's better than preordained.
I believe I said it's almost better than preordained. Yes.
That is what you
And
said.
that stuck in my head, and I was like, "What?"
That is
Okay,
that is what you said.
Yes. Well, anyways, I'm really a big fan of all the omens with their design because of it. It gives you a lot to do all the time. It's really cool. Even the red one, like it's not a magma jet, but
The red one
close.
might just replace Seal of Fire and Popper.
Seal of Fire used to be real good back in the day. Yeah.
Like, it's just that good.
So, what do you guys think of Mono White Devotion right now?
I haven't
It's
really
really
looked.
strong.
Yeah, I haven't really faced it yet.
Curtis, do you have a list for me?
I mean, it's just generic white cards, dude. No, it's
Literally,
like
I built a white deck just of white cards.
it's literally like Heliod, like any amalgamation of 1 and 2 drops, and life gaining crap.
Dude,
And then,
Daxos is actually
Linda.
wild.
Yeah, Daxos, it's all the devotion cards.
Yeah, playing.
Devotion is the strongest mechanic. Let's get that straight.
What do you think of
It is
Nyx Lotus?
so strong. Nyx Lotus is so strong. Okay.
Is it good
like-
in Mono White?
No, there's no dump for it.
Okay, maybe I should take
But,
it out
like,
of this deck.
But there is dumps in other colors. Like
Mono red.
Probably not, but mono blue is what I was having the most success with yesterday. It
I was
was
gonna say
bonkers. It
Perforos.
was bonkers. Perforos is kind of bad.
Yes, but if you activate Nyx Lotus with Perforos, I have to activate Perforos multiple times.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit. It's
I
a lot of
figured
shit
you'd
to go
appreciate
right.
that.
I mean, I tried. Believe me. Like I crafted Perforos first yesterday and tried to do Big Red, and the results I got were it needs to be more of like a in between like mid range and aggro.
Have you tried out
Not huge.
Claim the Firstborn with Thassa?
How FASTA? Yeah.
It's very
not fair.
rude. It is insanely
fair.
rude. It's
There
so
is a yoink deck, and it is very yoinkiful.
like
Yoinkiful?
you cannot
It's-
you cannot fight that deck. Like it feels like if your plan is putting creatures on the battlefield and that's like what and that's what you're facing, you're screwed.
But there is like a catch-all. Like you do need Thassa, and you do need a few setup pieces.
Yeah, but it seems
Which
it doesn't seem that hard to
typically-
get there.
Sometimes it can be. Decks that rely on one card like that usually just like can fall apart in clutch scenarios. It just doesn't have the consistency that a monocolored deck would. It has powerful alternatives, obviously. There's give and take.
Yeah.
But I do get what you're saying. That wording is super wonky. So I was using her with what was it? The Oracle. The Oracle is bonkers.
Yeah, I've heard like the Oracle is like insane. Do you think that
It's-
mono blue deck with Oracle in it is like real? Is like super real?
Yeah. It's very competitive. It's very it's like the old Curious Obsession deck
Yep.
with big mana late game. It's really cool.
You know what's a
Really
very
cool.
you know what's a very rude thing I just did?
What's that?
Response to writing Regisaur's discard, bouncing their Regisaur to the hand when they had no
yeah.
cards in the hand.
Classic.
Insane.
Reggie's rough right now.
Oh, and then
I miss Reggie.
and then of course they just top deck Order of Midnight to get it back, and I'm like, well, fuck me, I guess, right?
He'll have his time. He'll have his time again.
He had his time. He was very good.
He'll be back. When the meta slacks, that's the kind of card that just gets you on turn 4. But there's a lot of ways to kill on turn 4 and 5 right now, I think, and Heliod's one of them.
Heliod's dumb.
So that deck is like a freight train. When you have like the good draw, it just goes, Healer Hawk or like Giant Killer or some nonsense 1-drop into Daxos, into Heliod, into a Johnny. The ley lines are all super powerful now because of the free devotion. I've
Yeah,
realized.
I'm playing 4 Leyline of Sanctity main in the deck right now.
It's worth trying, that's for sure.
For the little sake I just get devotion.
So the best success I had with that yesterday by a mile was mono blue devotion. Was crazy because of Leyline of Anticipation. Like if you have that in your opening hand, your deck is just so unfair because you can flash in Nyx Lotus and untap with it immediately. And then, flash in Gadwick for X10.
Oh my god.
I will
And
say
then,
I'm very happy that we don't have what's it called? We don't have Master of Waves back.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Leyline of Anticipation with Master of Waves.
The ETB stuff, well, Thassa's Oracle might be even worse, to be honest. More annoying. Because you can't even respond to the trigger. Unless you have like Whirlwind, whatever it's called.
Your opponent plays God, I'm trying to think of the words here. Your opponent plays a Leyline of Anticipation attack. All of a sudden they flash in Master of Waves. Created an army of disposable blockers, blocks, and then kills you because they still have some left over. Or even better, they ignore your attack and kill you.
Yeah, Master of Waves is a very powerful card. The giving everything in your deck flash is something I didn't realize would be that ridiculous too.
It's more than ridiculous, it feels.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels like that.
But with the London Mulligan, it's like not even a ridiculous ask, I think. So,
I
like,
mean, speaking of the London
to start with that,
Mulligans,
to start with that in your hand more often than not is not hard. Go on.
so I sent Josh a deck from MTG Goldfish earlier, and he was questioning it because he didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And what it was like a Sultai deck that the entire point of it was to mill yourself by playing only 6 lands and like 24 Lay of the Lands to then grab all your lands out of your deck, play Thassa's Oracle, and win the game. Because you'd mill yourself with Balustrade Spy. And I listened to for the purpose of just being able to talk about it, I listened to the entire video. And Saffron is just like, yeah, all you have to do is just mana in your... Doesn't matter if it's green or not, you just have it and you're good.
No biggie.
And to me, that's just like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
We're now abusing the London Mulligan because we
can.
It's an abusable thing. It's for sure.
It is.
But it makes aggro decks. It makes all decks a lot better. Yeah, everyone forgets. And just general play, like everyone loves just harping on what's bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
I have a good thing I want to talk about. That helps.
Sure.
Yeah, it usually does.
Because Curtis and I were talking about this card the other day, and I think it could become one of the most set.
What's that you cut out?
So I think this card could be one of the most underrated cards in the set.
What's that?
Daybreak Chimera.
Oh, the 2-drop.
The 2-drop 3/3.
Yeah. Card's nuts.
It got like a 4.5 out of 5 for the limited review.
It's so good.
It's definitely on like the very skilled aggro players' radars, because like limited players obviously excel at that.
I mean, I think I'm gonna mess with it and like see if it's good. It's just like, to me it screams good, but like I could just be wrong. I'm not afraid to say I'm wrong, but like,
would not be surprised if there was a blue-white or white with a splash of blue aggro, and that Curious Obsession.
Yeah.
Staggering Insight is actually a crazy card.
It seems like it is, yeah.
People make fun of it because of the 2, but really you're paying for not having to attack every turn, and that is a very strong ability in my opinion. A lot of cool cards though that I'm really excited to explore, and that seems to be the consensus. It's not like the Field Oko day or meta where like everyone kind of knew what the boogeymen were.
Yeah.
I haven't yet to like encounter anything of that even closely, but you know, granted, it's literally day 0. So I was playing it all yesterday, and it was amazing. And by the way, you something to tell you guys: you can also apply for that too. Even
the
if you're
streamer
not, like,
showcase.
Even if you're not a big streamer or anything, as long as there's like a woman I can tell you about. Her name's like Michelle or something. But all you have to do is email them and just like be really nice and polite and like, you know, just a good person. It seems like, because they just want to spread the game to as many people as possible. Pretty sweet though.
So
just being able to play with anything you want is like freaking crazy. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It was crazy. And then like you just like go against all these cool people and like Yeah, it's really cool.
So I do have
Highly
a question for
recommend
you, Curtis.
Sure, what's up?
Because so you and I, so for everyone who doesn't know, and I don't even know if Josh knows, Curtis and I had a day earlier this week where him and I just kind of sat on Discord and went back and forth about decks he should be playing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a meme that I told Curtis to try, and I don't know if he actually tried it or not.
What was it, the Aura?
Yeah.
I didn't have time to do much of the Enchantress stuff, but
With
we were
Storm
trying to,
Herald?
yeah, we were trying, because, like, you have to realize, like, first you have to craft all the stuff, then you have to build the decks, and then, you know, it just took so much more time than I realized. Let me put it that way. Like, knowing what I know now, I'm going to prepare, like, so much different for it next time.
Yeah, and just be
Because,
ready
like,
for it, basically, right?
oh my god, yeah, I wasted so much time just, like, gawking at, like, all the features I had. It was so cool. I was just like, oh my god, I'm 3 hours in, and I had played, like, 2 games. Because you just have, like, infinite, I don't know, deck building capabilities it's really cool. Really cool. And, you know, best of one is actually kind of cool because you don't have to worry about the sideboards, and you can kind of just build your like plan really well, and then, you know,
Yeah.
go back and look and be like, oh man, I could just fix this and this, and I could wreck, you know, control or aggro or blah blah. Really cool. And also getting the cards a week before everyone.
Yeah, it's
pretty insane.
It's pretty legit. Yeah.
Pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I was really blown away with how legit everything was. So yeah, very happy with the power level of the set too. A lot of cool things. A lot of cool things that I didn't know were even possible. Even with Heliod, like him, he is a 1/1 counter machine in that deck. It is ridiculous with Linden, which was probably one of the worst cards in Standard, right? Before this set.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And now I can actively say one of the better, most annoying cards in Standard in that deck. Like, wow, it's crazy what a difference 1 set can make.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like the abysmal state of Standard was just like kind of turned on its head because it was bad. It's pretty bad if I think it's bad. I'm excited to see how all these cards mess up Eternal formats, though. It's gonna be great.
I think the Oracle's going to be a legit thing in Eternal formats.
The Oracle
will definitely be. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no way it won't.
There's just some weirdly cool cards too, like what's this one? The Atris, Oracle of Half Truths. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah.
That one's crazy. Like, it makes you choose a face up and face down pile. It's like a Foff, but like a tricky Foff that you can like hide a really bad card in one of the piles and trick them into taking it. It's so weird, but it's so cool. Like, I like cards like that add a little bit of weirdness to the game. But the Oracle seems, I don't know, that's a lot of text.
There is a lot of text on that card, I agree.
When my friend was playing the mono blue devotion deck I had built, she goes, how does this deck even win? I go, that 2-drop literally says win the game on it.
Yeah.
You also can play Jace too, which is
just another second way you can win.
It's a 5 devotion. At flash instant speed, you know, is pretty awesome to play with. Yeah. But I don't know if Nyx Lotus will be broken in any deck more than in a Kiora or a Flash deck, from what I saw yesterday.
Because you can just untap and retap it with Kiora.
Yeah, that's the scariest thing by far.
There are more,
Besides flashing it in is actually horrifying though.
right, Curtis?
What's that?
There are more broken things you can do with Kiora.
There's a lot. Kiora is slowly becoming one of my favorite cards.
Josh, have you ever untapped a field with a Kiora?
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah.
The fact that it also plays her for free and then can untap like right away, is crazy. There's a lot of weird synergies you can do with her. Big fan of that card.
Yeah, it's
Big
kind
fan.
of. Has anybody seen like? I know like personally, like when they did the when they did the Game Awards thing, I saw Elspeth.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Elspeth at all?
Oh, the Planeswalker? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in mono white, and it's just like that deck's theme is just like
Just murder.
it's like it's making up for the lack of resiliency to sweepers that white has typically had. I think it's just all
That's
like
fair.
It's like non-land annoying things to deal with.
I mean,
Tribal.
I mean, her by herself is an annoying thing to deal with. That's not.
Yeah. And I forgot she's kind of immune to thought erasure.
I mean, she's not completely immune, but she might as well be.
She's like, I just thought erasured her, and I it felt horrible.
Because you just stared at it and were like, they could play that again.
They can play this next turn, is what I thought. So that's why that new card is so good. That agonizing remorse, I believe.
Yeah, because it can just exile her. Yeah.
Yeah, and she honestly might be one of the best escape cards besides the Phoenix. The Phoenix is extremely good.
I mean,
Is
it's
it
just
good in mono red?
The Phoenix in mono red and possibly in normal Phoenix.
Okay.
I mean Arclight Phoenix, because you can escape in that deck the easiest. Because of all the cantrips. Merchant is insane because of escape. That's the other thing I realized.
Yeah, you just have so much junk that you don't even care about.
Escape is like a spell slinger. It's like it's delve. Like, let's be real. It's just like fixed delve, and what deck break delve is really
it's
what
flashback with delve.
It's kind of how I'm thinking of it now in context. Like, what decks can abuse delve and flashback? Yeah, cheap spells like aggro.
It's literally just
things
flashback
like that.
with the delve.
Yeah, like spell slingers, etc. And then devotion's like chonky mid range, or like aggro, or over the top. It's devotion's insane. The spectrum of devotion is really cool. Between all the uncommon legends.
Yeah, the uncommon legends I thought were a really cool idea.
They're very good. All of them. Every single one of them is good. It's crazy. Even Temerit, which is like kind of bad, is good. For having like the coolest saga, Temerit's kind of bad.
This saga's not really all that great either.
It's like cool. It's almost like a Benalia.
So I'm gonna guess Cat Oven still exists.
Yeah, but like there's so much hate now that playable hate that it's not going to be what it was. None of those decks will be anymore, except Fires maybe.
It's
an objectively powerful thing that it's pretty hard to stop. To board an enchantment hate is usually pretty bad, I feel like.
I mean, but now it's like even Black's got an enchantment hate spell now. It's kind of funny.
Ashiok?
No, there's a black. You get a sacrifice. Black gets a sacrifice an enchantment spell.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Someone played it against me. It was kind of wild. Wasn't it like Farika's something?
Something like that.
I did not know that. I need to look at this.
It's a common.
Oh, that's why. They always sneak stuff in on like the last day.
Popper staple.
Oh my god, it's Farika's libation.
Yeah, Farika's libation, yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's gonna be a popper staple. It's gonna be a popper staple of mono black in the sideboards now. Because when your opponent's playing enchantments, you just like get to take out your Chainer's Edicts and just play play the same edict effect that you can't flash back but can hit those enchantments that you literally cannot hit otherwise.
Wow. They wanted a real good answer for the gods, huh? Jesus.
Of course not.
Damn, dude. That's crazy. That's like good. That's really good sideboard tech.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good. Like, because mono black, you can like single out, or not mono black. With all the black removal, you can single out like their, enchantments pretty well. Wow, that's crazy.
Especially with the gods, like from what we've seen from like the early lists, like there's not really like other than that probably being garbage against Enchantress, like you're hitting something important with that card.
Oh yeah, you're hitting one of the big gods typically, or a saga. The sagas are strong. Sagas are good. Elspeth saga, very good.
The Temet saga, I don't think is very good.
I think, yeah, I agree. It doesn't. I don't really know what it does.
It exiles a creature card from your graveyard to give you a zombie.
No, yeah, I don't really know where it fits.
It just
That's what I
doesn't.
meant to
It
say.
just really doesn't.
There's no zombie deck really, which is what everyone was kind of hoping for. I think mono black devotion is just everyone's favorite thing by a mile.
I mean, yeah, you just get to play Gary to be your top end. Yeah, like people are in for
Green
that.
Merchant of Asphodel?
So a cool combo, I think one of my friends was saying was Blood for Bones and the cap. You kind of just like flicker Gary. Also with Ayara, it's like you can burn them out from 12 easily. Speaking of which, I'm building that deck.
Speaking of which, I'm building that deck.
I have a screenshot of all the decks I was playing, and it was like 25 decks or something. Like
Yeesh.
it was a lot. Once you get going, you're just like, oh, I want to try this. Like, oh, I want to try this, and it's so cool.
Are we all going to FNM tomorrow?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
What are we all playing tomorrow?
I'm probably playing Blue-White Control and Pioneer because I don't really have anything else I can play. I might.
Spur.
I don't have the time to come up with a. I don't really have the.
There is pre-release tomorrow night.
Mid-range.
There's two options for pre-release tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make it to one, and I don't want to do the other because I'd be out too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty late there. That's the problem.
Well, like the first one's at 6 and the second one's at 8. I can't get to the 6 o'clock one because I work till 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the 8 o'clock one, to me, would just when I have to work at 8 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, well, I guess I'm not doing a pre-release.
I haven't done one in a while. I do that because I've been doing them online, though.
So, like, I think I'm sold to play Pioneer tomorrow, probably.
It's the only place I can really test for the upcoming tournaments.
I'm either playing Pioneer tomorrow, a deck for all three.
I'm gonna probably be pretty hardcore on Pioneer and then like Legacy whenever I get the chance. So Pioneer is definitely the front and foremost by a quarter mile.
I mean, Curtis, you and I get to relive our.
There's just lots of tournaments coming up for it, so it's like, really incentivizes.
Oh yeah, I'm not
What do
gonna be
you-
able to play the Leaving a Legacy open, so you can probably play Shadow at the Leaving a Legacy thing if you want, Curtis.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, like,
Yeah.
Burn maybe or something. Yeah, like something I could reasonably pilot. That would be sweet,
Um,
though.
Curtis, are
There's
you
a place
excited?
on sorry to interrupt. There's a I've been meaning to say this for friggin' months. Up at Relentless Dragon, I believe, there's Tuesday Night Legacies?
They usually, yeah, they Monday I think, but
Monday or Tuesday? Yeah,
yeah,
something.
the cool thing about that is they allow proxies, but it's a hard sell for me to get up there during the week.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be fine if you can get on Route 3 before um the crazy traffic, but I agree, yeah, the traffic is insane sometimes. So frustrating.
Yeah.
But even those guys come to Acton sometimes, and they're like, we haven't seen you in months." It's like, well, it's far away, and your prize support isn't the best, so it's tough. It's tough.
So, are you excited to replay this tomorrow?
Sorry, what'd you say? You cut out.
Are you excited to relive our standard day tomorrow?
Yes, every week I am.
White Wahee versus Mono Red.
I don't think I'm gonna play Chonky Red. I don't think it's that good.
I mean, you can play aggro, man. That's what I'm used to you
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, it's a lot better, or at least my version. I'm a lot more comfortable with it.
Dude, I stomped on Tom the other day.
So, like, back to my argument about Stomp. I'm not the biggest Stomp fan. Like, I think playing a bunch of 1/2s that let me play the card Lightning Bolt is better. But I don't know, call me biased with the card Lightning Bolt. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get to play Wizard's Lightning. Like, that's crazy. That card is so good in Pioneer. Like, everything good has 3 toughness, it seems. Like Quellers, Reflector Mages, a bunch of those annoying things that, like, interact with me and don't just die.
I got to stomp on
And then
Tom.
Bomat. And then Bomat, let's be real. Bomat's insane.
Because did you know turboing out a Venerated Loxodon is actually really good?
I want to play blue-black mid-range. There, I said it.
In Standard or in Pioneer?
In Pioneer. Do you guys still have those cards? Remember that deck with
I do. I own all of it still.
with the what's it called?
The Scarab God?
The Scarab
The
God,
Scarab God and the Aetherborn and
Yeah.
all those crazy removal spells, dude. Like, what?
We even
That
have
deck
better
is-
ones now.
Yeah, like, I think that deck would be really cool. Like, we should throw that together.
Sure. I've
That
been
would be
meaning to
sick.
because I feel like it's worth a shot.
I'll test it if you want. Like, but yeah, I wouldn't mind playing something other than red. Just to, try something new, see what works. I really like those Scarab God decks. Seems like there's always, like, a line.
Yeah, there's always a way to get
Like,
yourself back up ahead.
to just, like, fiddle out of some weird situation. It's so strange.
Oh look, there's an Narset. I can't win this game anymore.
Yeah. Rip.
Rip in pieces.
Well, I was trying Alliance because I was like, oh, this might be a cool thing to try, and then, like, facing against this weird, like, Grixis Super Friends deck, and he's playing, like, the weirdest set of cards I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's playing Ral, Is It Viceroy, and, like, Chandra Fire's Artisan, and, like, one Narset. And I'm like, I'm good.
Keeping you honest.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm already at the gold floor, so I can't get much worse on my rank right now, so it doesn't really matter what I do right now.
I like being at the
Masters.
bottom, because then I just play whatever I want.
I just so my friend gave me the cards for the Liliana deck that you get for Twitch Prime, and now I have the vault thing like just like pulsing at me, and I'm like trying my best not to open it yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough. I do like the reward systems though for Arena. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
It makes it a lot more reasonable than a lot of other games.
I do get to see the meme that is Massacre Girl when she goes off.
Yeah, it's
Mas-
that's easily the swingiest card in Standard.
Well, so because of Daxos's ability, where
Yeah.
and I have healing out, so it just kept chaining that one of my creatures would die, and Daxos would be
Oh hey.
Daxos was the last creature to die.
Oh hey.
What?
I might actually be able to complete this mastery pass this season. It's only 90 levels, and then you just get an uncommon or rare or a uncommon card reward for every level after 90.
Yeah, if you just play a little more, it's not
It's
not too hard.
I got to 86 and I stopped playing for half of the season. So
Yeah, exactly. I can't even remember when I was like at the max. It was like months ago. But like I don't even like it's crazy. Like that probably helps so much more than just like doing what I do, and even I am able to get, pretty much everything I need within like a reasonable amount of time too.
yeah, and like the only thing I actually buy with money is the mastery pass.
Yeah, because that gets you like a ton of gold,
Yeah,
right?
like I don't mind buying it because like
The gold is packs. That's all that matters.
well, yeah, the gold becomes packs, and actually like buying the pass like gets you gems for half of it. So so after you've spent $20 on your first pass, you don't spend the gems, and you spend $10 on your next pass, and you're good.
Yeah.
Like this
for sure.
pass, I'm gonna have to spend $10 on
Mm-hmm.
because
I
already
kind of wanted to get the last one, but I just forgot about it.
well, like just do that because you just streak into the next pass like that with the gems. Because I had 0 gems when I bought the throne pass yesterday, and because I bought it yesterday because I was at level 85 and I was like I should probably buy it so I can get these rewards. So I bought it and I got 2,400 gems, and the pass is only 3,600.
Yeah, because you get like I remember you get like 40 or 60% back. Right away.
Yeah. So you just buy like 10. So then you just buy 10 $10 worth of gems on your next pass, and you got the next pass. Like I know it's like a season pass thing, and games are starting to do that, and blah blah blah. But like,
I mean, you kind of can't blame them.
I feel like Arena's at least handling it well. Like some of the rewards bullshit and some of the stuff that they have on sale on there is like is a bit predatory. Like the avatar,
for sure.
Like the avatars and like the card styles, I think is just like the card styles are definitely predatory because like Jeff Hoogland even said on his stream like he has spent so much money just making sure he has all the card styles that he wants.
Yeah, well, he likes to go for like the extreme, like if I have the money to buy this stuff, I should be able to buy it.
It's technically all
that's like his point of view.
It's technically all a tax write-off for him anyway, so he gets like quite a bit of it back on his taxes anyway.
Yeah, he also like won't restart his client to push the memory like as far as possible. So there's a lot of clips of him his like client doing weird stuff. Like he goes to the Shadow Realm once.
Yeah, I was actually watching
all a black screen for like it's so scary.
Yeah, I was
watching colors like drained from the screen.
Yeah, I was watching his stream when that happened. He was just like, "What's happening, chat?" And it was really funny.
This is what happens when you leave Arena open for 4 hours.
Can I ask you guys a Mimi question?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Did you notice the Heliod says you can put a 1/1 counter on an enchantment?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can put 1/1 counters on him before you use a creature.
Okay, because I'm sitting over here and I'm like, why would I put a counter on enchantment.
Because he's not always a
can
creature.
animate.
He's not always a creature. And then
It's
like,
opalescence.
yeah, he's not always a creature. So you can put +1/+1 counters on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opalescence, guys. It's a hell of a card.
Anyway, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be playing slightly more arena. I think as far as standard goes, I think the best way for me to play it, and I mentioned this last week on the podcast with Ryan, the best way for me personally to play arena is standard is to just play arena. Like I'm not gonna bother with paper. I'm not gonna bother with paper standard. Pretty much
I mean, Brad Nelson was talking about it last night. Sorry to interrupt, but
yeah, you're fine.
like you're making a really good point that I clearly have been like kind of living through by not playing much paper standard as well. It's just like the cost is insane for cards right now.
I mean,
it's just oppressive.
Yeah, the worst part about standard for me is looking at the cards and being like the reason I got annoyed with arena and stopped for 6 weeks is because I was looking at the decks I wanted to play and be like, well, I'm 15 to 20 rares off from this deck. I'm 15 to 20 rares off of this deck. Well, the decks that I have aren't good. What the hell am I supposed to be doing?
Well, that happens. I can understand that happening when you take a long hiatus away. What you have to realize is that goes away. Like, that feeling isn't for forever. It's like I have that feeling right now with not having every card from Theros or whatever.
Like when I built Sultai Elementals last week, Curtis. Like I had to make some concessions because I didn't have enough rares, and I'm like, what I did is I kind of got sick of making concessions and said, "Fuck this."
Yeah, I can understand that. It's just like you have to just remember that every day, like you have to play a little bit in order to, continue to build and develop all your stuff. Because, like, you lose money when you don't play, is really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like, they're giving you X dollars a day. It really adds up after a month or two. Hundreds of thousands of gold is what you have to realize, which is like 100,000 gold is $100.
I'm just spending all my gold on packs, but like what I might do is I might save up some of my gold over the next week to get those cryptic command sleeves.
Yeah, I got the bolts.
But like,
I obviously snap the bolts. No pun intended. But.
Yeah, but
I'm using the ones I got from my secret.
I mean, makes sense.
I'm using a lot of the life from the room sleeves.
Oh yeah, those are incredible.
Oh, the life from the room sleeves.
And then on historic on arena for memes yesterday, I was playing Treasure Hunt.
Well, now they have the constructed leagues. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
So there's historic constructed now that you can profit off of.
I don't think it's on right now though.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
You can just you can literally just play historic and like get gold for it now. Like instead of grinding the crappy traditional standard, when you're like sick of ladder, it's pretty cool. I like it.
God, is Nexus good in historic right now?
Oh yeah, always.
And then you just play against questing beast and cry.
Yeah, that's life. You gotta have an answer for these hate cards, is what Magic's turning into, which is like kind of what it used to be. I guess I need to bring back this. Excuse me. Yeah, Magic is something you really have to. Arena is something you really have to stick with every day because you don't want to fall out of touch with the meta either.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way, that's why I prefer playing Magic Online a lot of the time. I can tune out of the meta and then just go on Goldfish and be bad, and then I can just like keep jamming.
Yeah, that's also like eternal. Like if you're trying to play standard like really at a high level, It's really hard to take a break, is what I'm finding. Like even when I took like 2 weeks off to play Historic when it came out, like I was struggling when I came back.
See, I have a foolproof plan when it comes
And
to
then I
playing.
got sick. And then I got sick and didn't have enough time to practice for the MC. So I put
I
like
got
absolute
a plan.
poop, absolute doo doo.
Oh, I'm dead
You know
because
what
the
that
other
plan
player.
is
Yep.
for Arena? Just
What's
ask
that?
Curtis what's good in the. He'll tell you.
Yeah, I did know. I thought I knew, but really it was the NyQuil. It was the NyQuil talking.
I'm thinking of building Esper Doom and playing Esper Doom on Arena.
Whoa! I drew Bulls of Citadel.
Oh no!
It's so good. It's so good.
Esper Doom?
Yeah.
So I have a deck I also want to.
Okay.
Go on.
So I found a list and it's like an zoo deck.
Are you? Were you talking about the Naya Zoo deck?
Well, there's an Abzan
Oh, Abzan Zoo.
standard.
Huh.
I'm really hyped about it.
I haven't heard anything.
I saw a list for it, and I was just like, I kind of want to try it though.
There's so many lists right now to try. It's just overwhelming, to be honest.
I agree.
I'm just like every day I'm gonna try to build something new, and like play it all day, instead of just like going from literally one match from a
sent it-
brand new deck to the new one.
Let's see if I can find it real quick because I think I sent it to Ryan.
6. Dude, Grey Merchant's so crazy with Balls of Citadel. It's hard to describe.
The Fairy Time Raveler.
It's a good card. That Treacherous Blessing card, man. Wow. That's a good card. It's a good magic card.
No, Teferi just doesn't do anything against me and while I'm playing this deck. Funnily enough. Do I just...
Side block.
Oh, I can't play a land, so I shouldn't treasure hunt again.
Who did I send it to? Was it Josh? No. So basically, this short version is I saw some. It was like Questing Beast, the new dog,
What?
and like just a bunch of good Abzan creatures.
The new dog. Oh, Carabos or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
I've been underwhelmed by that card. I don't know.
I think you were showing me it, Ryan.
I looked for my messages to you that I didn't see. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Someone put it on Goldfish, I think.
I just get to wait, right? My opponent's not doing anything that I care about. My opponent's not killing me. I'm gonna put more cards in my hand to awaken the erstwhile with them at the Met with.
Alright, do I win? 1, 2, 4.
Okay.
6, 7. Nice.
What is my opponent doing? My opponent just neoformed a Paradise Druid into a Tomebound Lich. I have no idea what's going on.
You're gonna die.
I played a Grey Merchant of Asphodel and won the game.
Weird. It's like that
It's
card's
like that's
good.
good or something.
I didn't know that.
Wait, you didn't know it was good?
Black Devotion is sick.
Yeah.
So, Cauldron Familiar, Gutter Bones, Order of Midnight. I don't know if Yarok's for Fenlurker is good, but it might be.
People are playing it. I don't know. I've never people.
I think it's better now with Ashiok.
It's just sacrifice fodder. Yara. She's obviously incredible.
Wait, no, I'm
Murderous
putting together a
Rider.
list while you're saying all this.
Murderous Rider, Blood for Bones. Might not need Blood for Bones, but I want to try it. Drag to the Underworld. Merchant and Citadel. 24 lands.
I have cards I want to play too, though.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
won't lie.
you can easily cut Order of Midnight, Blood for
I mean, I'm
Bones.
gonna keep some number of Order of Midnight. 2 balls to Citadel.
I'm doing 3 just so I guarantee I draw it.
Fair, I'm gonna try a Nightmare Shepherd.
Oh yeah, let me see that one.
And I'm really hyped about Spawn of Mayhem.
Oh, I have one. Nice.
Spawn of Mayhem is so good.
The Devil, yeah.
No, the 4/4 demon for 4
Oh
that you
yeah.
can spectacle for 3.
Yeah, that one is good.
God, Awaken
what's
the
Embodiment?
Awaken the
Embodiment of that.
Awaken the Erstwhile is such a friggin' weird ass card.
So I don't know if we have anything else we want to say to the podcast for the night. It's just kind of
Yeah.
I was just like looking at my decks and then like
I
trying to
think
think of what it was good.
yeah. I think
pretty much it.
I think we've rambled on plenty enough. I might end up cutting like a couple minutes off the end of the podcast because we rambled on quite
I mean,
a bit.
I think we should still probably do our outro just cause. But
Yeah.
Yeah, he can skip to that though.
yeah, I was more or less just asking so we didn't sit here and ramble for the night.
Yeah, we can end here.
So yeah, you know, as always, please tune in more. We love hearing from you guys at some point in your lives. If you want to play good Magic, play Zoo and Modern. You won't be disappointed. Can't wait to give Curtis that to try because it'll be funny as hell.
Follow the Twitter, the Twitch, and the YouTubes. More stuff coming. Curtis will work out some sort of plan for content, and
Yeah, sure.
we'll
He makes it sound like he's being forced.
Don't sound so excited, Curtis.
No, I'm just sorry. I'm thinking.
It's fine. All right. Anyways,
typically doing something.
typically
else,
thinking.
Yeah.
All right.
Curtis does that.
All right, guys.
Sometimes.
Thank you guys for joining us for the podcast tonight. Have a good, wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.